corridors, rooms, and the flow from outside to inside. And I go through and I start mocking it up bit by bit, just on paper. And then I rough in the bomb sites, think about it, do a few iterations, and I go straight through and I just start building it, and then we start playing it straight away.
Right, so you start off with old school pen and paper. That's really old school, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Competitive in a way that feels good as a game, as an experience.
It's iteration and learning as you go. You really need to just look at it, look at the angles, look where the doors are, look where the windows are, and look at the rotations that can possibly happen from the design. And that's one of the great things about being a level designer, is you can just go through, and if it doesn't work, you can just erase it and start again. And there's been a lot of different versions of this map. Very early on when we started playtests with the pros liked it, they loved it, they were like, okay, this is going to be a good map. There was one bomb site that wasn't really that viable, but I just...
Very competitive. You've been talking about how it's a competitive map. What makes it so competitive?
I believe the reason why it's so competitive is because of the viability, one, of the bomb sites and the rotation possibilities on the bomb sites. And then when you add in the destruction of this map and how many walls are destructible, it's...
The outside, you have 3 main entrances: the main entrance, the fountain, and the ruins, or 3 spawns.
You have 3 spawns. Main entrance you can go through, and...
On the first floor, we do have kitchen, dining, and lounge library. Let's start off with that first bomb site, kitchen dining room. What's the strategy that we're going to be seeing on that, Jeremy?
Any exterior access to any bomb site, so you always have to go through a room. You have to commit to the bomb site. You can't just jump through a window, plant, and run away.
Yeah, and as we're going to be seeing in this bird's eye overview, you are going to see a lot of buffer rooms. What's the design intention behind buffer rooms?
The reason for the buffer rooms is because we want the team to commit to the plant. We don't want them just to jump in and then go far back and hold their plant from a long distance. We want them to have to stick around and actually try and defend it. And that's the reason why we did it, just to make it way more viable and more competitive.
And when our earlier talks about this map, there was actually one of those entry points and became just way too easy to access the bomb site. But you guys changed that.
Oh no, we flat out.
Lounge library, Jeremy.
Lounge library is super interesting. You should see in that info. In the lounge, there's this little nook that you think is the best place to go and hide.
A little nook and cranny.
Little nook and cranny. But just behind if you don't reinforce the walls behind that nook, then you're just completely open for someone shooting through the wall. You have to remember that between the first floor and second floor, it's completely line of sight. Everything's destructible apart from the top of the stairs, so it's really easy to defend and attack a bomb site from above if you really want to.
So, and that line of sight floor is really going to become crucial for defending these, or even attacking these, because you can put pressure on the defenders from that site, as we've seen a lot on a map like Border that does have one of those line of sight floors. We saw that a lot this weekend, where people are pushing through that or even defending through that as well.
It's one of the great things to see the strategies that come out when the maps are actually released, and the same thing when this comes out on the test.
There are Aviator, Games, and Trophy Room, and Statue Room. Jeremy, let's break down this first bomb site here, which is
rotation path through a vault where you see the hammer on the wall.
Oh, that's where we see the Sledge's hammer in the beautiful case that you might have seen in the teasers or something like that.
It's up on the wall. The art guys love to just put stuff in the map.
There's a lot of Easter eggs I've noticed in this map.
There is a number of Easter eggs. It'd be interesting to see how long it takes the community to find them all, actually. But what's really interesting is the bomb sites are adjacent to each other with a breakable wall, and there's really fast rotates, and you're in close proximity to red stairs, and you're also in close proximity to the main stairs from the main entrance. So the opportunity for rotations on all of the bomb sites is brilliant.
And that's one of the main key aspects of this map, is the rotations that are going to be really crucial. It brings in a lot of strategy as well.
It's going to be key for teams, is communication and how they're going to rotate on and off of the sites. Even when you're attacking, how you're going to rotate. And there's so many viable options for rotations on this map, it's kind of mind-boggling.
And as we're seeing here, there's a lot of destructibility too.
Yeah, there's
and Statue, there's a really key part of this bomb site that I'll allow you to talk about.
Yeah, this one's really interesting. It's actually my favorite bomb site. It's because the bombs are across an alcove, across the red corridor. So basically, you can fight across the alcove, which is really interesting. You're super close to the astronomy room, which allows you to get downstairs to the main red corridor again. But you can always just vault over the railing straight into the red corridor. There's also a breakable wall at the end where you can break the wall and try and control the red corridor from above, but it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to achieve.
Yeah, and we're taking a look at that alcove right now, or just a few moments ago. That becomes a really critical point of chaos and tension. But it also allows for strategy with the rotation as well. Even if you have a bomb site on the first floor, or maybe even a crucial for many different reasons, especially because there's no bomb site there. But it comes into play. It really becomes a crucial point. Why is it so important?
It's really upstairs. This is where you're going to rotate through all of the time. That's also where you're going to enter from, because if you come through the crypt tunnel or you come through the cellar tunnel, you're coming through to those massive wine barrels that you're seeing on screen now, and you're entering through the barrels. And as soon as you blow that, you're giving away your position. But you can also just come through the garage, which you're not going to make any noise. It's just a door there. But what's really fun is you see the hatches in the ceiling, and you see all of the stairways and all the ways to go. So when you're defending kitchen dining, you're gonna rotate through this. When maybe if you're up in statue trophy, you need a quick rotate, you might end up coming back through and up around, and it allows for really good flanking paths.
So it's a really viable way for the attackers to push in. It